Hey, welcome back. This is Carlos Cavallo. Take a moment of your daily madness and spend it with me. Come on, why not? After all, there's nothing more mad and insane and crazy than relationships. Probably not, except for politics, of course. So that's where you get a little oasis in the desert of your day. And today we're going to talk about how to be a good girlfriend. That's right, how to be a good girlfriend. And I don't mean that in a patronizing way. To be the kind of girlfriend that a guy wants to keep coming back to. Because what it comes down to in a relationship, if you want that commitment, what you got to do is you got to make him want to keep coming back to you. And the same is true in reverse. He's got to want to have you keep wanting to come back to him. It's a simple cycle. But we don't understand this, do we? Sometimes we lose track of the reasons why we're doing what we're doing to keep a relationship going. After all, a romance is a partnership. It's also a chance to show off how good of a partner you can be to the man in your life. Now, for years, I thought it was just a place to let the other person prove their feelings, right? But it's really a two-way street. Ultimately, we do want to be the best partner we can be, to make sure that the other person stays attracted to us and so that they continue to try to be the best partner for us. And every woman wants to know how to be a great girlfriend to her man. Not just to keep his interest and his love, but to provide for him in all the ways that matter. So in a true spirit of generosity, I'm going to let you in on some secrets from a man's point of view. I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks to really awaken his sense of appreciation and gratitude. And don't be surprised if you skyrocket right up his best girlfriend list, right to the top. Yeah, just like that sideshow thing in the carnival where you take the, I don't know if it's a sideshow thing, but you take the huge hammer and you smash the button on the ground and it drives the thing up and tries to ring the bell. That's what we're going to do. We're going to drive you right to the top and we're going to ring the bell. Oh, come on. You know you want to beat all the girls he's dated, right? You want to be the top of the list. Oh, let me give you a quick disclaimer here. If you don't like the thought of working to be the best girl in his life, well, don't keep listening, all right? In fact, ask yourself, why bother with this podcast at all? If you think he has the obligation to get it together and prove himself to you, well, you're right, sort of. I mean, he'll only give to you as good as he gets in the relationship. So consider this a lesson in 50% of the equation. If he doesn't hold up his half, well, then you shouldn't be sticking around to work yourself to death trying to be the best girlfriend for him. Anyway, good girlfriend. Step number 1, don't sweat the small stuff. One of my favorite philosophies of life came from one of my favorite authors, Scott Carlson. It's a shame he's passed away since, but his book title actually says it all, and you've probably seen it. Don't sweat the small stuff. And it's all small stuff. And it's spoken like a truly enlightened person. So when it comes to your relationship, you have to keep things in perspective. You can't keep writing him things about if you write him about things that just don't matter, you're going to lose his devotion. Now, in reality and in the perspective of a life well lived, you have to know that very little of the stuff that we focus on really matters. In the day-to-day focus of a relationship, though, you're going to have those things that bug you. Just be willing to let it go as soon as you're done with it. You know he'll never be perfect, and hopefully you know that you're never going to be perfect either, so the same is true of you. Don't create unnecessary drama. And it's the one thing that's actually going to help you create a loving atmosphere between you two. So don't sweat the small stuff. Which leads me to be his favorite girlfriend. Step number 2, drop the nag. Drop the nag, baby. Let's just say that a guy is keenly aware of things you'd like to change about him. But the problem is that some of these might just be things that are not going to change. Can you accept them? If you can get rid of the nagging in your relationship, you'll have gone miles down the road of being the woman he can't get enough of. Men desperately need your approval. We'd never tell you this, but we do. And the one thing that stands between him and feeling that approval is the frequency of your complaints about him. In fact, a complaint about him that you bring to him in the wrong way is like 100, maybe, I don't know, I can't quantify this, but maybe 100 compliments he will not get or feels like he didn't get. It takes so many more compliments or recognition of him to counteract those statements of inadequacy. If it's something you're passionate about that he's doing, you might have to find an alternate way of reaching him about it. Like maybe it's, waking up in the morning, walking into the bathroom and finding a pair of his dirty white chonies on the counter, his underwear. Well, that's definitely not cool. And if you're having trouble breaking that habit, well, yeah, sure, you got a legitimate complaint there. But the truth is that no one is motivated by constant messages of inadequacy. Let me say that again. No one is motivated by constant messages of inadequacy. Not to mention, it'll build up resentment in you like rust in a car, and that's not going to make your relationship work. Be his best girl. Step number 3, unfriend him. Ooh, this one's going to be a big one. You guys are going to be yelling at me on this one. Yeah, you heard me right. Get on Facebook, any other social media, whatever it is, and cut that cord between you. If you're really together in real life, you don't need the electronic connection to make it better. In fact, the online social media stuff will actually serve to kill your passion after a while and possibly even ruin your romance. Why? Well, it's only going to cause fights. You'll see that he's got some gal that he's friends with that you don't like, or she posted something on his wall, or he posted something on her wall, or there's some weird connection that you just don't like, or he'll read a comment on your wall and the insecurities will start to kick in. It's just not a good thing, okay? Just the issues with being tagged in photos is enough to cause problems in relationships. And if you're thinking, but Carlos, how will I keep him honest if I can't watch who he's flirting with? If that's what you need to keep your relationship on the honest level, it probably doesn't stand much of a chance. Hate to say it, but it's true. We did without Facebook up until, maybe 10 years ago, easily. And before that, yeah, I know it was probably MySpace, but you get my point, right? Social media has only been around so long, and already it's become not only a crutch, but also a detriment to our relationships. My wife and I, we're not connected on Facebook. And I personally don't log into social media. It's just a great way to lose focus on what really matters in life. Trust him until he gives you a solid reason not to. So disconnect from him on social media. The greatest girlfriend in the world, step number 4, get hooked on his addictions. Well, let's assume I'm not talking about real physical addictions like drink and drugs. Well, the bad drugs anyway. I'm talking about the things he loves to enjoy in the world. If he's passionate about something, and he is, no matter what his cool, calm exterior might say, underneath the surface there, he's got a passion bubbling around, then you owe it to him and your relationship to get dialed into one of those passions. Maybe it's fantasy cosplay, costume play. Maybe it's board gaming. Maybe it's cooking. Hopefully it's not a TV show because that's not very interactive, but hey, you know what? At least it's a start. Sports is a start too, but better to find something you both share. He needs to feel that you're on board with him and want to be a partner in what he loves and loves to do, okay? Be the perfect girlfriend. Step number 5, be there with him. I have a good friend who is on her phone way too much, and she even knows it. She tends to surf Facebook when she has idle time, which is anytime there's a 5-second pause in a conversation. My wife and I love her to death, but the distraction of never feeling like she's there with you can drive us nuts. When a woman is distracted from her man, it creates a block between them and their love. When you're with your man, be with him. Don't be in a constant state of Pinteresting your way through the day or scanning through Facebook. That stuff is for your line at the airport, okay? Whatever's going on in your phone can wait until later. He needs you to be present and with him at the moment, right now. No text or online conversation can compete with the reality of reality. So just show him you appreciate him more than anything else. Men very rarely ever hear how they're valued in a relationship, okay? And you show your appreciation best by just being there with him. Be present. Be now. Be the woman he loves to love. Step number 6, look good. Now, I'm not saying get breast implants. I'm not saying spend 25 to 30 hours at the gym each week. I'm not saying you have to be a supermodel. I'm not saying to Botox, get plastic surgery, genetic therapy, or any of 1,000 other vanity issues that you can take on. I'm saying you need to work at looking good for him within your own limits. A little makeup, a little exercise, a little self-control at the buffet, and maybe a little eye for fashion here and there. You'd be surprised how little it actually takes to please a man. It's the effort that makes us most happy, okay? It's not 10 hours of applying just the right eyeliner. It's knowing the bare essentials to just look like you're putting the effort in. And even better, look good for you. Okay? If you approach it from that angle, you'll be doing the both of you the most good. This one of my tips here might raise a smidgen of anger in you. After all, why do you have to work so hard to look good for him? Look, it's a reality. Men are extremely motivated by appearances, which is actually good news because he's really only looking to see that you're putting in the effort, that's what tells him that he's important to you. You want a great shortcut? Smell good. Just put on some perfume for him. This is going to start the ball rolling because smell is one of the most primal of our senses. It immediately evokes memories and brings up all kinds of emotions. It's an awesome way to get him really wanting to be with you. How to be a good girlfriend. Step number 7, learn something new. Yeah, sometimes we get a little jaded too, okay? We sometimes want something newish. Not that we're going to actively pursue a cheating opportunity, mind you. Far too much about this has been written about this propensity for men to stray. But when it comes to love and a long-term relationship, you can give him something new all the time if you dig in and just reinvest. And here's a couple of ways of doing that, okay? Blow his mind in the bedroom. Go check out a few nutty video clips to see what's popular with guys these days. Yes, I know some of it's kind of like, whoa, you kidding me? But you can actually, you can never run out of new tricks in the bedroom. You can be selective, okay? You don't have to do everything they're doing in those things, but something new with your fingers, or new with your tongue, or new with the motion of your hips, or the eye contact, whatever it is. He will love your enthusiasm about it more than anything else. That is most guys' number one complaint, by the way. It's not that you're doing anything particularly wrong. It's that it doesn't feel like you're really into it. It's like you're holding back or pushing back on it in some way. The more eager you are to go for broke in the bedroom, the more you're going to turn into his fantasy girl. Okay? You'll be his personal fantasy girl. Promise. Next one is cook him a meal. Not a cook? Don't worry. There are so many simple recipes out there on the internet to help you in that area. Just the effort, again, is enough to turn him onto you all over again. Plus, with a little practice, you might wind up surprising him more than anything else, and surprising yourself. There are too many YouTube videos and recipe books out there for you to not try this one. Trade secrets. Tell him a naughty detail from your past. Play the game of 2 truths and a lie with him. If you've never heard this game, it's actually a lot of fun. That's where you say 3 things. And 2 of those things are true, and 1 of them is a lie, and he has to figure out which one is the lie. Or you could reverse it, 2 lies and the truth, and you tell him 2 lies and 1 truth, and have him figure out which one is true. It's a lot of fun. Learning something about your partner that you didn't know has this way of waking up desire, and that goes in both directions. So there you go, 7 quick and easy ways to be the best girlfriend possible for him. And I realize, I'm fully aware that in today's political climate, and when I say political, I mean just the politics of social interaction to a certain level, that sometimes it's not very popular to be catering to a man. I know it. I know it sounds almost misogynistic that men should expect women to cater to their desires in any way. But the reality is that it's a two-way street, man. It goes both ways. Men need to be doing this on their side, and women need to be doing it on their side. And if we start adopting this entitlement attitude to our relationships, we're going to be running into real trouble in that dating marketplace. Okay, so just be aware of that. Yeah, I'm busy at work on the guy's side too. I still tell those guys how to man up and do the right thing and be that kind of guy that every woman wants. But you also need to be working on your side because it's the only part you can control. That's all it really comes down to. What is it you can control and what you can't? Take control of it, do the right thing, and get out there and get the man you deserve to have. And that's why I want to show you how to be desirable. I want to show you how to be irresistibly desirable to the man in your life. Go on over to datingadviceguru.com/irresistible. That's datingadviceguru.com/irresistible. And watch my quick little video presentation on this little topic. It's not such a little topic. It's a huge topic. Learn how to be irresistible. Being irresistible to him is the ultimate female superpower. It's the one that almost everyone I've ever talked to wants to have, is that ability to stir up and awaken the desire within a man. And it's not hard to do if you know how men think and how they work. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm giving up the inside skinny of how men think and behave and what's going on inside that confusing little brain stem of his. Go on over to datingadviceguru.com/irresistible. This is your host, yours truly, of course, Carlos Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com/irresistible. And I'll be back again next week with more of these irresistible little treats and tips for you to awaken his desire. Until then, live and love with passion.
datingadviceguru.com, the Dating Advice Guru podcast and YouTube content, and all content herein is copyright Morpheus Productions, LLC. Feel free to contact Carlos at www.datingadviceguru.com, on the forum, or click the Ask Carlos link on the site. We welcome your comments and questions.